you guys kept saying cryptocurrency. For me, there's Bitcoin and then there's everything else. And
those are called altcoins, right?
Altcoins, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin is actually decentralized, right? There's no central controller. There's nobody that forces you to upgrade the software, that changes the rules and so on. With every other coin, there is a central controller, usually a founder or a core developer team that decides on all of the rules. So in much the same way that the Federal Reserve Chairman and the Federal Reserve Board decides on the interest rates and if anytime they're lowering interest rates, they're expanding the money supply. So think of it as sort of like printing money. A lot of these centralized controllers of these altcoins, they get to decide, hey, you know what, we're going to expand the supply of this particular currency at this time, or contract it, or do whatever. They control the monetary policy. So Ethereum, for example, which is controlled by Vitalik Buterin and the Ethereum core devs, they've changed the monetary policy of Ethereum like 20, 30 times. And this is something that they can do because they're in control. And they could, for example, tomorrow say, hey, you know what, we're going to print another billion Ethereum and we're going to give it to ourselves. They're probably not going to, but it is something that they are able to do because they control the software that checks all of the rules. So Bitcoin is decentralized, altcoins are not. And that's what makes Bitcoin special. It is digital gold. All of these other things are kind of people being their own central bank. It's creating yet another fiat currency. So that's how I would describe it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
Totally.
And I'm glad you went into that last part about the difference between Bitcoin and altcoins, because while you were explaining them, all I was thinking was, well, why can't someone just make more Bitcoin? But what you're getting at is that it is truly decentralized. Do we know who started Bitcoin? Do we know who made it? This was a question that we got on Instagram from It's All Jay Lee. Do we know who started it?
It's a pseudonymous developer named Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know who Satoshi is. It might be a he, she, they. We really don't know. Like Satoshi covered his tracks very, very well. And yeah, we have no idea. But the nice thing is Satoshi left about 11 years ago and disappeared, never to sort of say anything again, which is kind of a strange thing. But it's probably one of the best things to have happen to Bitcoin because it really decentralized.
Yeah, because now you can't print more.
Well,
they mine it, right?
Well, so not exactly. So Satoshi essentially ran Bitcoin for the first year and a half, and what Satoshi wanted, Satoshi got, because Satoshi was the creator. But after Satoshi left, then it became sort of a community project, right? There wasn't a creator that made all of the decisions and so on. It was just the community got to do what it thought was right. And the ethos of Bitcoin is such that it's always backwards compatible. So if you are running software from 2011, it will still validate everything and check that the ledger is keeping its rules, including the 21 million limit. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. And that was encoded into the first piece of software that was released back in 2009. And it continues to this day. Whereas with something like Ethereum, they said it would be this many, but actually it's now this many. And then every software upgrade is backwards incompatible. So they change, however many Ethereum there will be by changing those rules almost on, every 6 months or so. So, and all the other altcoins do something similar. They can and do change their monetary policy, whereas Bitcoin has had one monetary policy credibly for its entire 12-year existence.